All right. Now we have LBlom from the New Mexico Tech Veterans Club.
It's a pretty warm day. Thank you for having me today, and thank you for Peter for inviting us out. My name is LBlom. I'm a Marine Corps veteran and an OIF veteran. I served overseas from 2004 to 2008. Today I study geophysics over at Tech, where I generally try to prove jarheads are smarter than what people think. Since I've gotten out of the Marine Corps, it's been a steep learning curve as far as life goes. I've had a lot of family support. The VA and the GI Bill have been extremely helpful for moving my life forward as a civilian. But I won't lie, my first year or two out of the Corps was probably some of the toughest years of my life. For so long, I self-identified as a Marine, and I fully embraced it. That's not to say I never got in trouble, or I was a poster Marine or anything like that, but I loved the fast-paced, adventurous life that I got to share with my misfit Marine brothers. When I got out, I struggled to figure out who I was all over again, what direction I should point my life in. One thing I was always able to fall back on were the relationships that I made while I was enlisted. Most of those guys and girls were going through the very similar problems I was, readjusting to the real world. But knowing that I wasn't alone, even if I was geographically speaking, it was something I drew strength from. And I found that the veteran community is very similar. There's no boundaries between us. It doesn't matter if you served in World War II, Vietnam, Korea, Kosovo, Afghanistan, Iraq. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, your age, your gender, if you're a Navy SEAL or a admin specialist. There's always that connection. It cuts through time, and it cuts through all the other peripheral life complications. We're the few that answered our nation's call. We can take pride in that, and we can connect over it. And I know that the DAV here in Socorro has welcomed us tech vets with open arms, and we can't thank them enough for their hospitality. As veterans, we have a unique perspective to offer our communities. It's no better, no worse than anybody else, but it's a different lens through which we can filter the world. That makes us a hugely valuable sector of the population. We have a responsibility to use our experiences to help guide this country to prosperity and make sure any future wars are absolutely just and absolutely necessary. There's 22 veterans of OIF and OEF were elected to Congress or governorships last week. That's a long way from the 200. That's a long ways away from the 200 veterans that served in Congress in 1950, but it's a start. As a member of the newest group of combat veterans, I truly believe that we have so much more to offer our country and our communities. I'd like to close by saying thank you to the country that I came home to. My Uncle Jay, he passed away a couple years ago from effects of serving in Vietnam. Agent Orange finally got him. He came home to a much different country. It was a much more hostile country. He came home to an America who blamed him and all the other young soldiers, Marines, sailors, and airmen for a fight they didn't pick. Up until Jay died, he was one of the most selfless class acts I've ever met. He didn't deserve the scorn he got when he came back home. However, my generation has come home to a country that respects us, a country that's proud of us. We've learned that the military is not to blame for political decisions. I can't count the number of thank yous and free beers that I've gotten from complete strangers. It makes me proud of my country. It makes me want to continue to serve, even if that simply means trying to be the best man I can be, or the best student I can be at Tech, the best scientist I can be. It doesn't matter. My generation is lucky to have this country, and we appreciate it and respect it. But our service hasn't finished, and I can't wait to see what we can do moving forward. Thank you, and Semper Fi.